So I've been assessing this Kyosho Fairwind 900. And to be honest, there's not very much that needs to happen. So I've come up with a partial plan on what I'm going to call I hate to use the term, but a restoration on this boat. So I figured I'd kind of clue you guys in. First and foremost, when I picked it up, these black lines hanging were somewhat misleading because I thought, when I first walked up on it, I thought, oh my God, it needs all kinds of rigging, and it's just going to be a basket case. But when I talk about rigging, I'm talking about those lines that run the length of the sails and do all the controlling. And all of these are in really good shape. They're nylon, but there's no frays anywhere. And I apologize for the camera not cooperating. There's no frays. Now you see this little turnbuckle here. Yeah, you see that. Yeah, I see it. It's if you want to call that a fray. But what I mean is there's no tears in the lines. The hairy stuff you see is nothing more than dust. Let's see if I can find a spot like right here. It's all dust. Just ran my finger and thumb down these lines and nothing terrible at all. Nothing that says it needs to be completely re-rigged, because that would be a massive undertaking. But these lines here take the place of these rails all the way down to the back. So that's an easy fix. And I did notice that these fenders, that's what these were called, are in the wrong places. They need to be lowered. So all of this needs to be taken off, and I'll have to source some different line for it. Maybe I can find it somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. On all three, I'm not sure if there's any on the other side, and move them down, to the lower parts of these these posts after I get done with everything. So here's what the plan is. I'm going to take that stuff off, obviously, and get it out of the way. That's going to clean it up right off the bat. This side, and if you can see, it's hard to do anything with this thing because it's so big. On the other side as well. So all of that stuff's going to come off. It's going to be replaced. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cover, canopy, whatever you want to call it, off, get it out of the way, attempt to undo all of the rigging for the sails. That's going to be fun. But the thing is that I won't have to readjust them. They should be just fine whenever it goes back together. But get all of that stuff out of the way. Then the fun begins. All of these decals down the side. And I know for the purists, they're really going to hate me for saying this. But I'm going to do away with all of this. All on both sides, and those little pieces there on this canopy. Get rid of that. Clean it up because it's got a little bit of yellow. I don't know if I can save that or not, but and then a draw line somewhere on the side of the hull and go from there down with another color, be it something close to what I did on that Sportfisher 40, just to give it some color. There's a lot of blank canvas there as far as I'm concerned, and just try to update it a little bit. I dare say, and some people probably would not agree, but I would dare say that this right here is probably the most peaceful thing that I've ever done as far as the RC hobby goes. There is nothing that compares to it. Not flying an airplane or anything like that at all. This is probably the most, peaceful is just not a grand enough term. But there's nothing like taking one of these things to a pond or to a small lake, just with 4 batteries and your radio and a little bit of wind. 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour tops, you're good. And putting it in there and just letting her go, and just sitting back and listening. That is the absolute best. Just listening to nature, listening to water, to the water, to everything, wind through the trees, birds, whatever. It's an amazing thing. And I am so thankful now that I saw this and have it in my collection, because this is really going to be fun. It may take a little time. I'm going to take my time on it as far as getting it redone. It'll take me, I'll order a radio for it, in a couple weeks. It won't be really expensive, but I do want a good radio and get servos for it. There it is. There's my plan for this. God, I'm not even sure how old it is. I've seen 2 or 3 things on there that says it's as old as it, just about 25 years old or older. But thing is it's mine now, and I'm going to do her right and make sure she gets a proper paint job and gets to spend all the time that I can afford putting her in the water. Thanks a lot for taking a look. If you have any information on these old Fairwinds, I'm begging you to get in touch with me and share whatever tips that you can, because I am absolutely brand new to these, but and I would greatly appreciate it. But at any rate, thank you guys for taking a look. I hope everyone is happy and healthy, and I look forward to sharing more with you. Take good care. Catch you on the next one.